Chapter 48. Heather, white, age 37, January 3rd, 2026. The rain had been coming down non-stop when I walked into Walgreens, folding my umbrella. At the checkout counter, I asked the young lady if she'd mind giving me a quick interview. She shifted, uncomfortable, then immediately called for Heather. "You should interview her." Heather never met a stranger. In the short time I stood there, I watched her speak to customers like she already knew them. After I explained Truth Rises, she agreed right away. "Oh, you're welcome. No problem," she assured me. Heather had worked at Walgreens since August. She was born in Jacksonville but raised in Tennessee. When Heather was born, her mother was on drugs. Somebody had to take custody of her. Her grandmother, her daddy's mama and daddy, raised her until she was 14. They were good people. With her grandparents, she said, "I had rules. I was a straight-A student. There was no hanging out. There was nothing like that." She came to the city to visit her mother for 2 weeks. It was the first time I'd really been in the city. Her mother was on drugs, and Heather said, "She let me run wild. I went back and told my mammy I want to live with her. I told her I wanted a mother-daughter relationship." Then she said, "I lied. I just wanted freedom." She came back to Jacksonville in February when she was 14. By May, she was pregnant. The father was her mother's drug dealer. She was abused while pregnant, living place to place. Her son was born weighing 2 pounds. She had him at 7 months. She was 15. Heather went into foster care from 15 to 18. "They got a check for me and my baby, but most of them were really about taking the money. They didn't do nothing for us." She said she had one good foster parent, just one. She quit school, then later went to Jacksonville Marine Institute to study for her GED. She passed the test at 16. She started working and taking care of her baby while they were still in foster care. She was granted custody at 18. Her son is 22 now. In August, he had identical twin girls. "I'm a grandmother," she told me, smiling. Heather has a total of 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. She had 2 by 17 and 2 more in her 20s. The youngest are 14 and 16. They live with her. Both are disabled. Her 14-year-old is schizophrenic. It runs in the family. Heather's father had the disease. On August 23rd, 2024, Heather said she was at work. Her daughters were walking the dog, crossing the street. The 16-year-old was hit by a car. She suffered a traumatic brain injury and has lasting repercussions. When I asked Heather how she gets through hard things, she didn't dress it up. "Just take it day by day." Heather believes in God. "My baby wouldn't have been here without God. They told me she wasn't going to live." When I asked what she's most afraid of, she said, "My kids being taken care of when I get older or pass away. They're still going to have problems." She worried about how they'll be treated. She wants to always take care of them herself. What she's most looking forward to is seeing them grow up and getting stabilized. She and her kids just moved into a house. They don't have a lot of stuff, but they have a home. Heather hopes next year to study mortuary science in college. I wondered what she would say to a 14-year-old in foster care listening to this. Heather said to keep going and stay positive. "When my baby was born and I went into foster care, they tried to take him. They said I abused, abandoned, or neglected him because I was in an abusive relationship. That wasn't true." She said to fight for your rights, especially for your baby. A young baby like that is easy for them to put up for adoption. Her children have been her lifeline. She'd love to move back to the country with them. When she was young, the city fascinated her. Now she wants the country back. Throughout the interview, Heather spoke to people who came into the store. "Hey babe, how are you?" They spoke back like old friends. Heather said there's no reason to be sad. She doesn't like when people take things out on other people. She wasn't raised like that. Nobody knows what's going on in somebody else's life. Heather was a delight. She described things that would have taken another person out of this world, like she was talking about the weather. Her advice to keep going, keep moving, to fight for yourself and your children resonated. That she was able to do all of that through the trauma she described and emerge still kind, still unhardened by life was remarkable. Downright remarkable. And in that moment, on a rainy day in Walgreens, I was blessed to bear witness. This is truth, and truth always rises.